Yo everyone, what's going on? Couriway here, and today I have a super exciting video for you as there is a new Minecraft 1.16 world record. This is super exciting. It is by a runner named NOFEAR, who is very well known in the MCSR community as a extremely dedicated runner, has been going for world record for quite a while, and is known to have some of the best mechanics in gameplay out of quite literally anyone out there. So if you've never heard of NOFEAR before, or you have, but you've never checked out his stuff, or subscribed, or followed him, or anything like that, stop what you're doing right now. Pause this video, go watch the run. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Watch this run, give him a view, give him a follow, subscribe, tell him great job. It's an absolutely incredibly played run. We're going to dive into it here, watch it. I've already seen it a lot. I reacted to it live on my Twitch, and we are going to do more of an in-depth analysis here on YouTube, because I think the thing with a lot of these new runs is there's so much happening so fast, it's hard to break it down, and that's what I'd like to do. So without further ado, we're going to get into it here. Start watching the video. You can see wall. We're used to wall. We know what wall is. We're resetting. We're looking for a buried treasure. And the next CD loads in. This one right here. You see that orange spike? It's getting big when he goes this direction. So he knows that that is where the buried treasure is. You can also notice that the screen is very tiny. It's very tiny. This is called Tall BT, Tall Buried Treasure. It is a newer strategy, a couple months old, maybe even close to a year old, honestly, at this point. And it just helps for being more accurate with finding the buried treasure. You could see NOFEAR is very, very good at looting, grabbing everything he needs in the buried treasure very, very quickly. And then it does something that I'm going to mention a lot here. Does not hesitate. Now we're going to pause. Oh, I missed it. We're going to go back. He does not hesitate when he does anything. He knows there were no trees here, so he immediately turns back to where the trees are. But we're going to pause right here. And normally, when you're in the ocean, you want to look for kelp. You want to try and find kelp. You have your hitboxes on. You can see the fish have hitboxes. You want to try and find the kelp. But this is a weird ocean spot. This BT is weird in general. He grabs it kind of slow, but not because he's slow. It's just because the buried treasure is kind of far from his spawn. But in the distance, you might have seen it. Back here, ruined portal. Ruined portal, and NOFEAR, obviously being the runner that he is, knows that this is an enterable ruined portal. We'll have lava. So NOFEAR knows in F5 here where he's going, what he needs, what to do. He's going to mine 2 logs, which you need to do, so you can craft your sticks and your crafting table. Then we're going to make a gold pick, gold shovel, iron axe, iron pickaxe, shears, very fast. Immediately insta-craft everything. Makes a boat, does not make doors noticeably, because again, we know we're not going to enter in a magma ravine. We know we're going to enter in a ruined portal, because we've seen the ruined portal. We're going to grab leaves. I don't know how much we've seen shears in runs, or how familiar you might be with shears, but shears are a great way if you have extra iron to get blocks instantly. It makes it easier to navigate the terrain, just makes your life easier in general. Something also we'll notice here, NOFEAR hasn't grabbed gravel yet, but because we're going to a ruined portal, he's kind of just high rolling for flint in the chest or a fire charge in the chest. Not a difficult high roll to hit at all, but unfortunately doesn't hit it. But what he does hit is a gold pickaxe, which is really nice. Even though he has another one, it's just a faster one. It has efficiency on it, which is great, but does not get the fire charge or flint and steel that he needs. So it has to waste a little bit of time getting gravel, a little bit of a time loss. That's okay. And then this is going to do a really nice portal setup here. I'll back up just a little bit. I don't normally like going backwards in these. You can also see grab golden carrots as well, which is great. Even though you have buried treasure food, it's really nice to have golden carrots. They're the best food in the game. This is a really, really easy portal setup. If you ever getting into speedrunning and trying to learn like how to complete ruined portal setups, this is the easiest one by far. Super easy. Very clean from NOFEAR. And we're entering pretty slow by world record standards. The last 2 world records, Duke Island, Xylonox, are entering at like 120, 110. But this, and we're going to pause again. Oh, I missed it. I'm really on the ball with this. They've been entering like 120, 110. So by world record standards, this is a little bit slow. But you'll see why this seed is so good. And again, we're going to pause. It's a little bit hard to make out with bitrate. But you could see the fortress is behind NOFEAR. Fortress is behind NOFEAR here. So we know that that's there. He also types in the chat E, which stands for east, because he's going west, so he knows that the fortress is east. So having the leaves here is really nice. Obviously, he E-rayed already for the Bastion. We kind of know about E-ray, Bastion stuff. You know, you've been here before. You know what we're talking about. Has the leaves. Really, really nice. Amazing terrain. Now, the thing that's really interesting about this world record is that this is treasure. And not only is this treasure, which is typically not a great Bastion, mainly because not only do you... It's not the fastest to route, but also it can have a mob spawner, so if you don't already see a fortress, it can be very slow. NOFEAR is entering from the worst part of the treasure, which is just unfortunate generation by the treasure to be facing the wrong way, but navigates it beautifully here and throws one of his gold from the buried treasure, and that's going to distract the piglins and allow him to grab these gold blocks extremely, extremely quickly without having to do the entire giant setup. Throws 1 more gold to distract a couple pigs, does the setup, and the nice thing about this being treasure, at least, is treasure can utilize the gold pick the best out of any bastion. You save so much time and treasure with a gold pickaxe, and it actually makes treasure fairly viable as a super fast route, especially if you're able to navigate it incredibly well and incredibly smoothly like NOFEAR does. NOFEAR's mechanics are really unique at a top level because he's not really jittery at all. You could see that it's very smooth motions, but it's just so quick. There is no hesitation on anything he's doing. He knows the direction he has to go. He has F3 up. He knows exactly what he's going to have to do, and he knows obviously where all the gold blocks are, what to do with them, and is using his gold pickaxe to perfection here. You could see how much time it saves because of how many random blocks you have to mine in treasure, and he's going to do a really cool thing with the leaves here as well, which I've never seen before. He's going to put them above his head while he's down here, and that's going to allow the piglin to fall easier into the hole and not worry about taking any damage. NOFEAR has taken like 0 damage this entire run, which is, again, really, really impressive. And it doesn't even really matter because he has so much food, but it just shows how skilled of a runner he is. One thing you might have noticed is that he didn't get too much obsidian. So we're here, he's ready to go on strings and pearls and everything else, but no obsidian trades. He only has 8 obsidian. You need at least 10, and most runs have 20. So what are we going to do here? Well, we're going to wait. We need at least 10, right? Hopefully we hit the blind if we go for a blind. But we could also do something called home portal. We could use the home portal as our first portal. And that's really viable here because not only do we have a really close fortress to our home portal, but we also have a ruined portal. So we're like not in the middle of a magma ravine, you know, 30, 40 blocks below the ocean. We're on the surface already. It's super easy to throw eyes. And what NOFEAR is doing right now is using a great job of downtime in between pearls, organizing his inventory as you're seeing now. He crafted stuff before like glowstone and wool on the previous pearl, and this allows him to do a bunch of things. Now you can see this is the only moment I think he hesitates because he had to really decide here if he's gonna go for the blind and just go for the blind or go for the home portal. And home portal is a 1,000,000% the correct play. Decides to probably was also pausing to like make sure the pearl was also the correct angle and like lands close to the portal. And now we're at the spawner already, super easy. 2 spawn, not the greatest, but what are you gonna do? Those 1 blaze, no rod, 0 for 1. This is the only misplay of the entire run. Does not clear out inventory. So this blaze rod could have easily fallen. Thankfully, it doesn't. 1 for 2. And the really nice thing, the luckiest part of this run, really unlucky with the obsidian, but gets luck right back here with a nice 4 spawn of strays. 2 for 3. 3 for 4. 4 for 5. And 5 for 6. And NOFEAR decides to leave on 5 blaze rods. Now, you might be doing the math and say, well, Portal has 12 iframes. What are we doing? We're playing for a 2-eye. It is about a 10% chance to get a 2-eye. It is not, obviously, good. It's not likely to get a 2-eye. It might be a little bit better than... Actually, I think it's better. I think it's probably like 1... It's probably like 20%. He's also doing something here called Bowtie. I will rewind really quickly. As you can see, he only has 10 eyes. He's doing something called Bowtie. You saw he got in the boat, got out of it, and then is doing all the normal calculator stuff. If you haven't seen Bowtie before, it basically allows you to be even more precise with the calculator because the boat positions yourself in a certain way where you're in like a set position instead of just like a random spot in the world. When you get out of the boat, you're in a set position, and Minecraft can utilize that, and the calculator can utilize that to be a little bit more accurate. Normally, you only have to throw 1 eye, but unfortunately for NOFEAR, no fault of his own, it's really just an RNG thing. He still has to throw 2, which is a little bit unfortunate, but again, not the end of the world. It's super easy for him. Tons of food, tons of pearls, tons of blocks. Everything is really, really free-flowing here. So many resources in a world record run when a lot of times people are running on bare bones stuff, which is really impressive. You can see he even throws out COD there just for inventory purposes because it's just so not necessary. He does something here. Watch the Ninja Brain bot. You see the distance and stuff. Once this pearl lands, watch the Ninja Brain bot. It changes because he copied his location to clipboard down here. And what that does is it allows him to see how far away he is still in the Nether. And it tells him what direction he needs to go. It's telling him he needs to go 167 degrees in 61 blocks to get to where he needs to go. So he's going to look for his angle. As this is like, okay, that's 120. This is like 150, 160. So he knows like this is much closer to where he needs to go. So comes here, does it again. You can see now it's 22 on 169. Easy peasy. And now is lining himself up, finding exactly where he needs to go, and building the portal out. bridging out, has the obsidian. Again, so many resources, and we're going to see something really exciting that if you're into Minecraft speedrunner, you might know what these resources allow that we haven't been able to see in any previous world record before that we're going to be able to see in this one. He's also technically 1 block off here on the Stronghold portal, but that doesn't really matter. It's very, very semantic. So now, preemptive, we do a preemptive check. We've seen this before, but just to run it through, what we're doing, we're looking for a specific spike on this pie chart that is specific to NOFEAR's computer and what NOFEAR is used to. So NOFEAR knows exactly the types of things. And I say specific to his computer, it's dependent on your GPU and CPU and stuff like that. So he sees that shape. He likes this shape right there. He likes this shape. Cool. That means spawner, portal room. Beautiful use of throwing a pearl because it allows him to get to the, obviously, portal room faster. This is a quick little technique we use to make sure silverfish cannot get to you in the portal. And he has crafted 7 beds, 2 anchors, and is going to be going for a 0 cycle on world record pace, which has 0 cycles have been tried on a world record type pace before, but never successfully. This is the first 0 cycle in a actual official world record run. Super exciting moment for MCSR, and this is how he did it. Really clean setup, plenty of time, very easy tower, I might add, but thank God, nerves are high enough. Very clean first bed, very clean second bed. Third bed, again, very solid. Not as great as the other 2, but it's still solid. Fourth bed, amazing. Fifth bed, very solid. And sixth bed to close it out. Very, very clean. Nicely done. Tons of food. Shake your mouse. Be happy. And how cleanly played was this one run? There was really only one mistake with the blaze rod. Everything else was just absolutely beautifully done. Again, something I really want to stress that top runners do. No hesitation. No hesitation on barely anything NOFEAR did. Really, really impressive stuff. And please go check him out. You can check this out right here. This will be linked in the description. His channel will be linked in the description. His Twitch will be linked in the description. Really, really impressive stuff. If you want to check out the seed for yourself, it's also here. And he also has his Twitch as well. Like I said, you should check it out in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this provided valuable insight into what top-level Minecraft speedruns look like around this time in you know, how long we've done it. This is what the peak looks like. This is really like what the top of the top looks like. And it's really exciting to see the best runners start to get world records. It's amazing. Between Doog, Xylonox, and now NOFEAR, 3 of the absolute top runners have gotten a world record, and it's going to be really exciting to see who beats this. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Drop a like if you enjoyed. I hope this helped you understand Minecraft speedrunning more, and I will see you all next time. Peace out, everyone.